Hi guys, and our box back for another unboxing. And today I am really excited about this box right here. This is actually the first thing I've ever gotten from Tokyo Otaku Mode. And they actually have a really cool online shop. And I was particularly thrilled and excited about this purchase here. I have a whole story about this. This is the Devil Homura Figma. And it's like super exclusive. It's like an Aniplex exclusive. So the buying options were very limited. Luckily, Tokyo Otaku Mode is one of the partners of Aniplex, I guess, or at least for this purchase. And for some reason, I didn't immediately pre-order this Figma when it was first released for pre-order. So then when I remembered, I was like sort of freaking out because I didn't have it, and I didn't want to miss the chance because she's such a beautiful Figma. So I was looking everywhere, like literally every day at all the shops, trying to find one for under under 50 bucks. And one of the places I considered buying it was Tokyo Otaku Mode, and I was sort of just browsing one day at some Figma and stuff, and it was there. It was just there for $55. And it had free shipping, so I pre-ordered it, plus I got a $5 off coupon, so I only paid 50 bucks for this, 50 bucks flat for this Figma, and I think that's absolutely fair considering, oh man, it's gonna get so expensive. But if you guys want to get $5 off your next purchase at Tokyo Otaku Mode, I will put a link in the description. So just follow that link and you guys should be able to get $5 off your next order. So this is cool. Instead of like a postcard or whatever, it's a whole like file. Oh shit, wait. Ooh, dude, look at that. Let me try to back it up. That is cool. It's a whole clear file. Oh my god, I don't know what this is, but it's fucking awesome. So I don't know, since I've never bought from them before, I don't know if stuff like this comes with every order, but holy shit, that is awesome. And there's something inside here too. It has a little postcard, so there's the little noodle cup, looks like. Oh, and it comes with a pin. Little Tokyo Otaku Mode pin, looks like, with all their cool colors. But this, I'm really happy about this. This is freaking awesome. But here's the main thing. Here it is. Alright, let me just take it out of the bubble wrap. Bubble wrap packaging senpai needs to go away. Oh, it's like unveiling some sort of majestic eagle. And here it is, and there's a lot of light glaring around here. Holy shit. Did you see how white my hand was? So here is all the goodies on the inside. There's a lot of glare. I am sorry about all of that glare. Here is the front. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this. Here is the back. And if you saw my my review with the Nendoroid of this, you know how excited I was, and how excited I was about the wings. She just looks gorgeous. And you know what? I'm gonna adjust my camera settings because this is way too bright. Alright, hopefully that's better. And so here is the other side here. And that just leaves the top. And of course we do have the little Aniplex logo there. And the bottom. Whew. Yes! So here we have inside those flaps, and now we can finally look at the And then there's the inside of the box. And here's the actual Figma, so let's check out the pieces. So here she is, looking absolutely devilish. Here is her dress, and her dress has articulated flaps, which is cool. Oh, for a second I thought there was like plastic on here, but it's actually just really glossy. Inside her dress there. Holy shit, her hair, it's so floopy. Look how much it bends. It's so wiggly and soft. Here is her other face, which looks really awesome. I'm just trying to work around my awkward lighting because for some reason it's weird today. We also have our little Cube, our little doopy Cube. He's getting pulled by the scruff, I believe. Yeah, like that. So he's like kind of hanging by her grip. Here we have her absolutely minuscule little soul gem, her like little devil soul gem. There, so hopefully you can see that decently well. It's absolutely tiny, as you can see compared to my fingers. But yes, there is that. And probably should have done this first, but oh well. We have the usual Figma bag, stand, base, and hands, which I'll look at in a second. And ooh, we have my favorite part. Oh, it's so exciting. We have the instructions. But there is that. And drumroll please, we have instructions on the other side. Wait, obviously we have instructions on the other side. What I meant to say was we have English instructions on the other side. So for probably most of the people watching this video, we now have English. The usual stand, the usual base, and now we have to check out all the hands. And I'm sure you noticed right off the bat that this one does not match. Actually, I think this one is an extra for her school uniform version, and it has this peg on top, and I'm pretty sure it's so you can put the soul gem on top of. So there we have that one. We have a pointing finger, a grasping hand, a fist hand, and on this side we have all of the same things, except this one here is more open and it has a peg. I don't remember what the peg is for. It's actually probably for her soul gem again. And then we have her cube pinching hand here. And one thing that does make me a little sad is it's the old type of jointed hands. Don't know why they went this route, because I really don't care for these compared to the new 2.0 joints, which are just super awesome. But that's really the only problem I have with these hands. Now, the moment that I have been waiting for, that moment is not having to deal with stupid freaking tape. No, that moment is Homo wings! Homo Lucifer wings! Yeah! Oh, I'm so excited! Look at the, oh my Jesus Christ. Look at these freaking wings. Holy crap. So they're held together by this little thing. Actually, it looks like you can put it on the Figma base with this, but let's look at the actual wings themselves, which are crazy. Holy crap. So they're actually pretty soft, which is surprising to me. And they have a lot of sculpt work in it, as you can see. And of course it has the really cool gradient effect. So it goes from this dark solid color to this really awesome purple translucent color. So I really like that. I always loved that sort of gradient. I'm not sure if I like the sculpted detail though. Maybe it would be better if they had a matte finish, because it just, the way that the light hits it, it makes it look a little bit weird and distracting, but I still like it nonetheless. And of course they are articulated, so they can fold down like that and back up like that. And of course they are like completely articulated in this little thing, like any way you need it to go, I'm sure you can get it to go. So that's me dropping things. So now that we have a look at all the pieces, we gotta look at Homura in detail. Her head can rock side to side. It can look down pretty well. And when you get her hair out of the way, she can actually look up really well too, which is pretty awesome, especially for long-haired characters. Speaking of her hair, like the other Homura Figma, she has the little joints in her hair, so you can flip them up, turn them, stuff like that. This, I would say, is sculpted better. You know, it's more hidden because you have these really soft pieces that come over, so it's not as detectable. I'm gonna kind of move all of her little parts out of the way so I can get to all of her other anatomy. So of course we have her arms, and they have a really good range of motion, and they unfortunately don't really move in very well, but the other range of motion is really good, so I'm not really worried about that. I do have a problem with her elbow joints though. They're just like, they seem really awkward. Like when I was first starting to mess around with them, I couldn't really tell like how I was supposed to bend them, and they're like really stiff. Even now I'm having trouble like figuring out which way they need to go. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but like, I don't know. There we go. And I'm always scared to, because they're so stiff, I'm always scared to like, you know, force them, because God forbid I break it. That is the last thing I want to do. So they come far decently well, or rather they bend far enough forward decently well. But I don't know, I'm just not happy with this joint. They're just really stiff and awkward, and it could just be mine. So if you guys have an issue with the elbow bend, let me know in the comments. But it allows for a complete 360 swivel, so you don't have to worry about any limitations in that aspect. And then of course we have her hands, which, because, you know, they can rotate at the peg, they can really go any way you need. And they actually, oh crap, they fold in all the way and they come as far up. So they work really well, the hands. And then coming to her torso, we of course have the bend here. So she can come as far back and as far forward. Not a ton, but really it's enough, I think. She goes side to side a little bit, not too much. And then she can turn a good bit too. The only problem I have with it, I think, is probably, oh my god, she's just got parts everywhere, it's in the way. Is this part here. Maybe if they had sculpted along the line of the strap there, it would have looked a little better. But in front, like, it looks pretty much perfect. You can't hardly tell that there is a gap there to allow for the articulation. Moving down, we actually have these extra flaps that go over her dress. And then this whole front part all the way up to like here is soft, which allows for really good leg movement. That's actually really surprising, so I really like that. She can also bring her leg out to the side as well, so I'm really happy with the leg movement. Can't really tell how far back it goes. Well, I guess actually, if you move that out of the way, and it actually moves a lot farther than I realized, we can bring it decently far back as well. And then of course we have these flaps back here, which go out way farther than I had initially realized, as you can see. And I really like the sculpt in the back, because this one here folds over this one really well, and it doesn't look awkward or anything like I've seen with a lot of figures. So they come in about that much, and they spread out, so they really do like pretty much whatever you need them to. And of course they twist as well, which is cool. Anyway, back onto the legs. The interesting thing about her legs is these are sculpted and glossy. I don't know if that's really accurate to how they were, you know, in the movie. I don't really have a problem with it so much. It's just kind of a weird choice, I think. And then we have the knee bend, which, if it's hard to tell, I'm sorry. There we go. So it comes back decent enough and far forward. And actually, if you notice, the joint is painted as well. So it's got the light and dark purples on there. So when you bend the leg, it doesn't look nearly as awkward or aesthetically distracting as it would normally be. So I actually really like that they did that. Actually, they look really fantastic now that I really think about it. That joint is probably one of the most well-hidden joints I have seen on a Figma. And then we come down to the foot. It does a whole 360 turn. Of course, it comes forward and back really well. There's no toe bend, but there's not really a need for a toe bend. And then there's also a slight bit of rock too. So I'll just stand her over there for a second. And then we can move on to the wings. I would like to get these things attached because it's really kind of the point of the Figma, I would think. It's really like awkward though, maneuvering around like the hair parts and the dress parts and all that. Like everything's just kind of in the way. So I do apologize if this review is a little bit clunky. So to get this on, all you have to do is peg it on in the back. Alright, so it took a little bit of playing with. So you want to bring the hair forward, but now she looks like 1,000 times more badass with these on now. And of course, there is a lot of posing that you can do with these wings. They move pretty much every which way that you need them to, including, let me see if I can get it, folding down on themselves like that. Holy shit, that looks even more awesome, I think. Plus, they fold this way too, so it's not just like flat. You can get them sort of perpendicular, like folding forward. Oh my god, these are really cool. The only problem I think I have with them is the sculpt. Like, I know that they're all feathery and stuff, but with the gloss and the sculpt, I think it makes it look a little bit strange. Regardless though, I think they look just fucking amazing. Oh, that's so cool! Holy shit, that's awesome. Alright, I should probably start doing some posing. I'm just getting really distracted by the wings. And her bangs fell off. That happened like 4 times already. But I want to point out about the ball joint, because, you know, there's 2 pegs and then, well, the way a ball joint works, it just sort of, it can do basically whatever you want, but it takes a bit of playing around with. Because if it's twisted a different way, then you can't get it to fold one way. So you just sort of have to play around with it in there, and just to be patient and gentle, because you can get the wings to do some crazy stuff as long as you are careful. But let me put her bangs back on. On my Figma, they're loose, actually pretty loose. I don't know how they are for, you know, how yours might be, but just be mindful of that. This is a super like aerial type Figma, so gonna probably want to keep her on her stand always. Alright, now that I have her loosely posed on her Figma stand, I can start to do some of the actual poses. I think I'll go ahead and set her up with her soul gem. So that'll be this hand here with the peg sticking out. So you can see there, that's the hole in the bottom. And she dropped it. Oh shit. This is really hard. There, hopefully that's good enough. That's pretty cool. Oh god, did you see that? I swear these fucking bangs are possessed. They just like jump off whenever they please. There we go, but yeah, once you get the stuff set up, it all looks fantastic. Now that we have a look at that, well, we have that face on, I think it's a good opportunity to try the Cube pinching face, or pose rather. Okay, to get this to work, I think literally all you have to do is like shove his scruff into her fingers. Whoa, I did it! I did it! There we go. He's like just dangling now. So it's a little tricky to get her fingers on there, but actually once you get them, it works really well. I'm surprised actually. Cube does sort of just really hang there. Getting her hair though to move around the right way that you need it to is really difficult. It's a really difficult thing to do. So we have him just like, oh wait, can I get him to like, oh my god, she's like shaking him until he stops crying. Holy crap. Oh my god. Alright, let me try to sorry about that. Let me try to see if I can do that one that's on the box where she's like poking him. Okay, so I went ahead and put her in this pose while I was waiting for my battery to charge. As usual. I swear, I haven't done like a single full review episode where I haven't had to charge my my battery. So it's pretty cool how Cube kind of just dangles from her fingers like that. It works like seamlessly. So it just really is. It's actually really cool. So I don't really know what else to do with posing her. Badass mofo kind of Figma. Oh, I don't know if you just saw that, but that was her soul gem bouncing straight off the table. But as you can see, I'm just messing around with the wings, and they're really cool. They work really well. So just so much fun. Now that I think about it, I haven't even used the other face yet. So I think I should do that. So there's her unamused expression. Now let's see what I can do with her here. No! There we go. Alright, so I suppose this ought to be my last pose. I think it looks really cool. It was just a little bit difficult getting her hands and arms to move the way I wanted them to. The hands, because they're the older style and it really can't be helped. If they had used the 2.0 joints, I think it would have been a lot more preferable, so I'm not really sure why they would have regressed them that way. I really do hope from now on that they'll start sticking with the 2.0 joints, because I think that they're really, really good. They work really well. The arms too, at the shoulder joint, I couldn't really get them to go backwards the way I wanted them to. Just getting the arms in general to wrap around her, forward or back, just it's too limited. With Figma like Saber 2.0, they can do it really, really well. This one, not so much, but the limitations aren't really so bad. The wings are probably my favorite point of articulation and aesthetic. They work excellently. They do inhibit some of the articulation though in her head and her hair. It's just really hard to get her to face the way you want her to with those wings on. So maybe if her hair, maybe they could have made it out of a more flexible material. Maybe not as flexible as like these bits here, but just something not quite so rigid. Just, you know, to better be able to move around that. Other than that, I think maybe it would have been nice to get another pair of hands, or maybe an extra accessory or something, because the price tag, well, I mean, it wasn't bad, it wasn't ridiculous, but I don't know, I feel like maybe for like, you know, the price tag of about 50 bucks, they could have done maybe a little bit more. But I am really, really pleased with this Figma. I think she looks absolutely beautiful. So despite the less than perfect joints, I gotta say she's still really, really cool. And those wings are absolutely fabulous. They are gorgeous and they work really well. Again, I got this on Tokyo Otaku Mode. I've got a really cool store, and I have I'll put a link in the description. Again, if you want to get $5 off of your next purchase, just go ahead and follow that link. Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. As always, if you want to see more unboxings and other such coolness, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. That way you can be notified of any videos in the future. Until next time, guys, Anime Box out. My close, I can't fucking talk. Oh god, did you see that?